Welcome, I'm the dude, and this is Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. So, today's segment, we're talking about relationships and how relationships can be good and bad. But I'm mainly going to focus on the bad side, the breakup side, and what happens after the breakup. Because most people will tell you that, oh, well, we can be civil, or we can do this, we can still see each other as friends. Well, that may be true for most breakups. But there are a few situations that that's not possible for. I'll give you an example. Being cheated on. Or seeing somebody else while you're still in a relationship with somebody. Those are unforgivable acts. Or killing is also another forgivable act, or there are many others. But that's a big one for just the relationship itself. Where somebody, when you're a couple, and then that one of the people in that couple start to see somebody else, and either they start screwing, or they're just friends. Right. That's exactly what happens. They're just friends. Now, what happens is they're making sure that they have a place before they leave this person. Because this other person's a rock. It's a safety net. And they don't want to lose that safety net. Now I'm talking for both genders here. I'm not trying to focus on just one, just guys or girls. Because guys do it. And I mean, look at Tiger Woods. Guys do it. But so do women. Which I don't think gets enough attention. Women that cheat or that start to tee up another boyfriend before leaving their current boyfriend gets enough attention. Because it's just, oh, they're an inferior being, so who cares what they do? They're out of control anyway. No. Women have just the same rights as we do. They have just the same equality. And yet they get away with this more times than guys do. Which is unfortunate. I mean, I'm going to play you a little segment here from a song, and I want you guys to think about it. Because this segment, come on, I'm going to tell you right now, this is mainly guys who have been mistreated, and how this affects them. So I'm going to play you a little segment, and guys, tell me if I am in the right or way off base. So here we go.
Now you lying, fake crying, wanna die cause you know you were trapping my book, misleading, steady cheating, you run the street and you know you a bitch in my book.
Now, guys, please tell me what you think. I mean, let's review what was just saying here. Now you're lying, fake crying, want to die because you know you're a tramp in my book. Well, they may not want to die, but they feel that. I would hope. I would hope. And the misleading, steady cheating, you run the street and you know you are a bitch in my book. Well, I would hope that all this is true for those who do this. I mean, this one was made mainly for a woman, which little Troy knows. He knows. And he's trying to put some blame towards them as well. Because, I mean, look at the Tiger Woods situation. The man got national publicity because he was a guy. We don't hear about Paris Hilton or Pamela Anderson doing stuff like this on national television. No, because they're females. So I'm glad to see that one guy at least sees the severity of this problem. Now, what to do afterward? Well, that's a tough decision. That's a tough thing to think about because of how hurt you are. Now, I know that when this whole thing with me happened, I was angry. I was very angry. And I trash talked both parties. Both her and him. One, I trash talked a little bit more than the other. And I think rightly so. And guys, I mean, back me up here. Bros before hoes. Always. And, you know, it's a tough thing. Because you have a friend. You may not be good friends, but you're good enough. You're at least worthy that the bro code applies. And then then you steal a girl from a friend of yours. It's not acceptable. Now, no matter what that person may say, it's what happened. No matter if they meant it or not, it's what happened. But then you have the other party, which I don't think I focused enough on. I don't think I focused enough on the proper party. The proper party. Because I don't think this party over here, would have done anything if this party hadn't initiated it. I'll give you the little background story. This party, the female party, started to flirt at a, well, I know I've said party enough times, but at a birthday party with a friend over here. And then they exchanged numbers. Then they started texting each other. Now, that's not bad, I guess you could say. Texting each other, it's whatever. You're friends that you met, okay, fine. But here's where the problem lies. You don't text that person when you're with your current boyfriend. Or blow your current boyfriend off to go see this other person. That's where the cheating starts. Where you're starting to make sure that you have a place with that person before you break it off with this other person. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. If you think that you might have feelings for that person, you break it off immediately before you start any kind of relationship, friendship or otherwise. Because it's wrong. It's misleading and it's wrong. Then, after it's all over, you still want to be friends with the person that you just broke their heart. That's absolute madness. That person, why? Why would you want to do that to that person? That person is going to hate you 100% inside. They're going to absolutely be disgusted with you. And then you say you still want to be friends? What crazy thing is going on in your mind at that point, women? Because it's a female thing. If a guy were to have done this, he would have known where he was in the wrong. And yes, possibly later on, he might come back to you months later. And more likely years. And would be like, I want to still be friends. It's been a while. How are you doing? That kind of thing. But not days after this whole thing happens. Because, let me tell you, days after, you're still ready to kill the person. Absolutely ready to strangle him and kill him. So, it doesn't make sense to want to be friends at that point. It's just a torture. To know that you loved a person, or that's what you said anyway, you loved a person, And now, do you see where I'm going, guys? Do you understand that it's not going to work? So, you are trash talking. Or at least I know I was. I was trash talking. And then they get all bent out of shape about it. They get all mad about it. Well, what do you think is going to happen? Am I right, guys? And I guess girls. I mean, you're not gonna take this laying down. It's just not gonna happen. You're going to fight back. You're going to retaliate in some way. You're gonna lash out. I happen to do it verbally. I happen to lash out verbally, and then they get all butthurt about it. Both parties, because I lashed out at both parties, and then this is what girls do. The female has a weird mind when it comes to this kind of thing. They get this thought in their head where they think they're in the right. Well, breaking up with a person might have been right. It might have been totally 100% in the right. The relationship may not have been working at all. At all. But you don't mislead a person. You be upfront with that person 100% the whole time. I'll give you a prime example of what I have had to do recently. I was with a girl. Not too long. I mean, 2 months, 2.5 months. Nothing serious. And I meet another girl that I like. But I did not start talking with this person in any kind of way to think that there might be a relationship here. It was an old friend of mine that I met up with in school. We used to go to middle school together. And I'd forgotten about her. So, now that I've met with her, I start to have feelings for her. So, as soon as this happened, I realized that this other relationship wasn't going to work. If I'm getting feelings like this while I'm in this other relationship isn't going to work out. So I immediately, the very next day, break it off and give my reasons. Tell her what's going on. Tell her I don't think it's going to work out. But you don't mislead that person. Not once during that section did I mislead that girl. Didn't do it because it's not right. It's not right. So I have hope that I have ranted enough that you all agree with me. So if you want to write in, I will have this on. Give me suggestions for other things you want to hear me talk about. You want to hear my side of the view from, and give suggestions, comment, tell me what you think, because without viewer support and viewer comments, I won't know if what I'm saying is at all, if it makes sense to any of you. So, thank you for watching. I know you may have better things to do in your life, but this again is take my advice. I'm not using it, and I am the dude, signing off.